All aspects need a bit more funding, but I think social care and preventing this stuff and accessing help at times before the crisis happens, preventing that is the best thing.
I think that it's terrible, absolutely terrible.
Yep.
People that I know, including myself, have been on waiting list after waiting list. There's a system that is in place where all you can do is go with one issue. They will say to you, okay, well, we'll do this, and they'll put you on a waiting list, and you have to go through the process, even if you know that that form of therapy, etc., is not going to help you. So you have to go through the system for years, months on end, and you might still not get anywhere with it.
I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like it would take like a very long process because they're very packed, especially with the corona stuff. Maybe my situation isn't as important as other people's situation because of their actual physical health. That's why I prefer to contact the university so they can give me actual counselling.
One of the things that I have, my partner is trans, and so one of the, I think one of the areas where the community has been failed a little bit by the NHS is the trans community. And so, yeah, I'm hopeful that that might change also. Again, I have limited sample size, but in Jay's case, yeah, it's been really disheartening that, it takes 3 to 5 years to get any kind of, appointments for, gender issues, and sometimes that ends up failing people, and they end up, ending their life before they get a chance to get, healthcare. So.
I think that when you look at the media and when you look at schools and stuff, it's usually a kind of specific group of people, and it's not a specific group of people that have mental health problems, but it's usually a specific type of people that are going to get help about it. So when you're looking at counsellors, the majority of them are white, and when you're looking at people who have stood up and said, I've done this and I'm going to get help, the majority of them are white, and if they're not white, it's either they're rich or they're wealthy enough to do it, or they have such bad mental health problems that they've been sectioned off.
Yep.
It's not usually like just average everyday people of colour that is seeing, oh yeah, this is a thing that we do, because I
think especially when you immigrate, like on a separate note, any person who's immigrated, your parents are very much like, no, we came here, this is perfect, you don't need to change it, like you don't need to go anywhere special, you don't need to do anything else.
I think it's very rare that I would go to a member of my family, or I would go to someone like that, and they would share an experience where they've gone to therapy or where they've got help in that way. And I think it is more common in other backgrounds maybe.
I think it's really poor. Yeah, it's not enough help out there for people. For young people, there's not enough support. I think it's quite hard to get support. We've got a son, he's in his 30s now, but when he was 18, he was struggling, and it was really, really hard to find something to help him. And as well, because of the confidentiality thing, once they hit 18 as well, so the GP couldn't talk to me, so that was quite hard because he couldn't talk to us either, so that was difficult.
Speaking from experience, there's often not a lot of help for the people who need help, and it's not easy to get access to that help either. There's a lot of people struggling with a lot of things that can't get help that they need.
I think definitely one of the main things is, I think personally for me, I've only ever had any kind of breakthrough with my mental health by going and paying private, and that is something that I don't have money to play with, and for me to just, and a lot of other people don't, so to have to actually come out of your own pocket to get some help that you've been asking for years from the NHS, and to be able to pay £200 to get an answer in 2 or 3 sessions, it's just baffling how one process takes so long and the other one's so quick, just when you've got a little bit of money.
So, working in mental health myself, I think I see that as limited beds. We don't have enough beds for everyone that need the services right now, so especially going through a pandemic, we've had more people access services than ever before. I think that we need more funding, definitely, and I think the funding needs to be spent in ways in which are, that work better, basically. So I work within a range of services that cover forensic, deaf mental health, child and adolescent units, and we also cover the community as well. And we've got people that have been in services for quite some time, and the progression doesn't really happen, so people don't move on, and so we don't have enough attention, I think, enough push to actually move people on, so we can kind of cycle people through, people that need help and need the services. The community services need funding as well, and I think social care is a massive thing. Social care, preventing people being in beds, is the number one thing that we need to fund, and we need to be able to prevent people from being in services. So I think it's all aspects need a bit more funding, but I think social care and preventing this stuff and accessing help at times before the crisis happens, preventing that, is the best thing. So hotline, lines, phones. We need people out in the community to be able to speak to people, not just police. And so funding social care and getting people to actually be able to talk to other people, having people available, is really important and what we need.